Hey everybody, George Soto here, tuning in from Brooklyn, New York. Today I sit down with Jared Robin, co-founder at RevGenius, where we talk about everything from what inspired him to start RevGenius, the future of go-to-market, AI, and more. You should definitely check it out. Well, why don't you tell folks a little bit about your inspiration behind launching RevGenius? Because I know it's a really
oh my gosh, yeah, like there's so much. I could take it a few different angles, but I had no job. It was COVID times, so jobs weren't plentiful. I had loved the idea of community. I'd been in other communities socially as well as professionally in the past, but I wanted to get a job. And this is at the time where LinkedIn really was starting to take off as well, and I finally leaned into Justin Welsh's LinkedIn Playbook 1.0 and started showing up on LinkedIn. So my intention was to find a job and show that I was hustling. What ended up coming was I found a handful of friends. We had a LinkedIn DM chat. Initially we called ourselves the Four Musketeers. I believe that's what we call ourselves, the Four Musketeers. Me, Galen, Ben Haber, and Stephanie Madsen. Ben is at Topline now. If you've seen him, he was at Sendoso before. Great guy. And we started breaking LinkedIn. We were talking so much and enjoying each other so much that LinkedIn app kept shutting down. And we just started inviting other friends, other people like us that were just vibes. And I'm like, geez, I think we have a community here. And we figured it out and moved to Slack after numerous times every day. People's LinkedIn apps were shutting down, and one thing led to another, and we built RevGenius from that. The RevGenius name came about halfway through that whole DM group. Figured it out with another friend, and the reason why I really went in on RevGenius was, so it was more than just connecting with others. It was that there was a big gap, at least as I saw it. There were communities for senior leaders that were paid. There were communities for senior leaders that weren't paid. There were content websites. If you remember 4 years ago, you could probably put a name to each one of those, and then there was a community that nobody really knew what was going on. So there really wasn't any place for everybody. Both a senior leader and an SDR, which the role gained in its popularity quite a bit 4 or 5 years ago, and for no dollars. And I thought that this was critical because, was it the best business model? I mean, it wasn't the cleanest at the beginning. Charging people for entry is the cleanest. Having to rely on sponsorships is, you need to do something to get that versus just getting that or doing that. So it wasn't the cleanest, but I knew that giving everybody a space, especially 4 years ago when people were thirsty for connection and it was COVID and all of this, was critical, and it had to be done in that way. So we created at the time, at least in my silly head, the first open, everybody allowed, not just a content website community. And that was big.